I don't care if you are red or blue, you need to listen up. If you are a woman that has changed your name from your birth certificate, let's say through marriage, and you took your husband's name, you are no longer eligible to vote if this bill passes the Senate. It's already passed the House. So wake up. I am awake. 69 million women have changed their last name from their birth certificate and would be ineligible to vote. This bill also requires that you have to register to vote in person. Doesn't matter if you're elderly, disabled, doesn't matter, in person, and a driver's license will no longer do. You have to have a passport or your birth certificate. But if you've changed your name at all from your original birth certificate, you're fucked, okay? So we need this bill not to pass. It goes both ways. Republican, Democrat, doesn't matter. Ironically, the bill is sponsored by the Republican Party. My Senator Mike Lee from Utah is a big proponent of this bill, but I'm just gonna read you, it goes both ways on both parties, okay, are not exempt from this. Because if you're talking about which states possess more passports, it's blue states. It's the Democratic states. Red states are going to suffer from this in a very big way. Now, just to put it into perspective, there are approximately 146 million American citizens that do not possess a passport. 153 million Americans voted in the last election. So that leaves 7 million Americans left to vote if we're going by those stats. But then only 1 in 4 or 1 in 5, if you're in a red state, possess an actual passport. Now, if you've ever applied for a passport, it takes at least 6 months. You should plan 6 months ahead and several $100s later, but that's only if it will be the same as your birth certificate. We are absolutely going backwards. We need to stop this bill from being passed. Now, you can download this app called 5Calls. I've downloaded it. It's extremely easy. It shows you all the bills that are coming up, and it gives you your senators, your House of Representatives based on your zip code. All you have to do, you don't even have to leave the app. You call, there's a script, all the numbers, everything is all there for you. This is a way that we can make a difference. The fact that it's already passed the House of Representatives is mind-boggling. This needs to stop. That was exactly my thought, Rachel. We have female elected officials in office right now that passed this bill in the House. I can't figure out these brain busters that are happening right now.
If you're a champion for women's rights, here are 2 bills you need to know about so we can do everything in our power to make it so they don't pass. First is Life Begins at Conception Act. This is a national abortion ban. This will take away the right to an abortion for everyone in the United States. It doesn't matter if you're in a red state or a blue state. This is a national abortion ban. The second bill is the SAVE Act. This one targets a woman's right to vote. Now, this is wrapped up in a bill that looks like it's protecting voter rights, but it is not protecting women's rights. It's actually a target against women's ability to vote. The reason this is an attack on women's rights is because one of the only ways to identify yourself is to have identification that matches your original birth certificate. And 83% of women who are married in the United States have changed their last name and no longer have identification that matches their original birth certificate, making it so that you will not be able to vote because your birth certificate and your identification don't match names. The reason this specifically targets name changes is because they're trying to go towards something they call a family vote. This would mean that the man of the house would vote for the household, and both individual adults in a relationship would not have the right to choose votes or to vote separately. So please call your congressman, get in touch with them. This is something that is going to impact a woman's right to a bodily autonomy and a woman's right to vote. This is a direct attack on women's rights.